Missouri does a lot of things defensively to, differently than most people do, whether it be where they're switching, changing defenses, they got play 11 guys, mix in some zone, mix in some pressure. It's a tough preparation. I can tell you, I would tell you, I've been spending all week on them. Now, I think we're a tough preparation too. I think we're not a team that, because we're multiple also, I think Missouri benefited from the number of days. Now, it's tonight, it's tomorrow. We travel on Monday to go to Austin, Texas. So it's a shorter prep, and, we'll get ourselves ready to go. I think Janai Broom obviously is a low down in there, and he's so unselfish that, with our shooters, it's, you're kind of darned if you do, you're darned if you don't. You play him one-on-one, he's going to take advantage of you. You go down and get him too often, he's going to kick it out, and we're going to beat you from three, and that's been a good combination. I'd like to do a better job with our transition offense and our transition defense if we can. I thought we did a pretty good job of defending Missouri and trying not to foul, just because those guys do a great job of getting to the line and driving into contact. And I thought we did a pretty good job. Again, that's been a factor for us this year. We're not fouling as much as we did a year ago, and yet we're still, being able to be aggressive.
All right, Jacob and Nathan, and then for.
You start SEC play 1-0 at home. I asked Janai and Chaney this question. I want to ask you the same. The difference in playing SEC ball at home versus going on the road for 2 straight games, a place you've never been, and then a South Carolina team before you come back.
I honestly don't think it's going to matter with us. I don't. And I don't think it's going to matter that much in the league at the top. We're good enough to win every game on the road. We're good enough to lose every game at home. Did you hear what I said? I mean, that's how good the league is. And so there are going to be certain matchups that are going to bother us. I just don't think. I think, we're going to go to Austin. Doesn't matter where they're playing. In Austin, we're playing them here. We got basketball. We have 40 minutes down. Basketball games against the University of Texas. And but I know what you're saying. I do know what you're saying. But it's just, for me, honestly, I think we can play better on the road. You have to. You got to be sharper. You got to take better care of the ball. You can't be as casual with your passes, and you'll be locked in. And hopefully, with a group that's a little bit older, Texas is really talented. Really, one of the most talented teams in our league. And they got some guys who be in the NBA, and they can get going. They can really shoot it. They can really score it.
Bruce, you were talking yesterday, Missouri, forces a lot of turnovers. Did you feel like 16 for you guys, that was maybe some sloppiness or stuff they were doing? What was kind of your assessment?
More, you'd have to tell me, but my thinking is the last 5 or 6 minutes, we turned it over maybe 4 or 5 times. So I think you go in the last 4 or 5 minutes having only turned it over 10 times. I thought we did a pretty good job overall taking care of the ball. But that was a factor, not giving them easy. They didn't get a ton of offense from their defense.
Mitchell,
nice Braves hat.
Appreciate it. Mitchell's their leading scorer. He goes 2 of 9 from the field in this game. Just your front court and how they were able to handle him defensively. What was the key to that?
Size matters. Size matters in jewelry, and it matters in basketball. And it matters. And our guys, Chaney, Dylan, Janai, just, and look, Chad Baker, his length, the length of our guards. So they did a great job on Mitchell. I think the other guy I point out is Robinson. Robin's been tearing it up, and he didn't get a bucket tonight. He's one of their better players. And again, Denver Jones does not get nearly enough credit, not talked about. He's good at defensive guard in the country. He and Chad kind of lead us. Miles and Tahad and Jakai and Chris are coming. They're all, because we've got 2 of our best players in Denver, and Chad are elite defenders.
Peter and then Jacob again.
Bruce, the win tonight ties you as the winningest head coach in Auburn history. Is that something that you've thought about or reflected on at all?
Honestly, nobody enjoys winning more than me. Nobody hates losing more than me. I'm a really bad loser, and when I get on to the next one, I will celebrate whatever we accomplish this summer. I'll celebrate with my friends and my family, the Auburn family, on the boat at Lake Martin, out there on the golf course. Nobody will enjoy it more. But you know me. You have to know I'm on to Texas and on to the next one. And the only thing I'd rather do on that is go, let's talk about Joel Eves, or let's talk about Sonny Smith, or Cliff Ellis, or some of the other great coaches that I get an opportunity to join because I'm the coach at Auburn right now. So it's great.
Jacob and then for
You mentioned in your opening statement you want to work on transition offense and transition defense. Is that more about who's on the floor in those moments, or where the ball is at those moments, who makes those decisions? What is
Yeah.
going to go into that for
Yeah,
you?
how can we do it better? Like I thought tonight, we attacked pressure and got the ball down the floor and got some easy ones. And I'd like to try to see if we can get the ball down the floor and get some easy ones without them pressing. And so we could do a better job. And I thought there was a time in the first half when Missouri was scoring in transition. We had guys on the ground. We weren't sprinting behind the ball. We weren't getting the ball stopped. And that can be really dangerous against Texas. Oh my gosh, we'll be taking the ball out of the net. So when all 5 guys are back and it's 5-on-5 on each end, we've been pretty good. It's when it gets to sort of scramble, we need to improve.
Bruce Denver, 7 assists tonight. Not bad for a guy who's not a point guard by trade. Just his continued growth there has got to be something you're really pleased with.
Yep. He's plus 17 on the plus minus chart, and just super coachable, super family. His dad's harder on him than I am, and it's so interesting to see the difference sometimes that fathers can make. We got some John Broome is amazing with his son, and Dylan's got a bunch of uncles that have been incredible. Cheney Johnson's dad's and just unbelievable. Todd Pettifor sent him to Ira and I and said, do whatever you want to do. Have at him. And if he looks at you the wrong way, just that kind of, and that old school is still alive. Kids still want to be coached. They want to be held accountable. They want to be disciplined. It does help. It does help. I believe it helps our society when we have both parents in the home, if it can happen. It does, and the children are some of our children are great beneficiaries. I'm grateful for my parents. I've got I've had so many great parents, but there's a good group of parents right now, so appreciate their support.
Bruce, you mentioned Chad Baker, but what does it mean to this team to continue to have him contributing on and off the ball?
Yeah, to the point about, again, Derek Baker, who was a terrific pro himself, and as a coach, he's coached basketball. His last job was in the Dominican. Okay, he's taking some time off to spend some time here in Auburn with his son. So he's putting his life on hold just to support his son. I think it's beautiful. I think it's a wonderful thing. Chad's a beneficiary of it. What happens when you play the best teams in your schedule? Everybody gets challenged. Chad Baker's one of our best players, pure and simple. And so when we play the best teams in our schedule, Chad he'll do more. He'll have to do more. We'll need him to do more. But even in a game like where he takes 4 shots, makes 3 of them, but affects the game in so many other ways. So he'll be there when we need him.